What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Lee, aka Rollin Thunder, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how music influences people's riding. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea and let us get into the video. So ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope the recent changeable weather hasn't dampened your spirits too much. As if you guys are not aware, the UK has just had that absolute massive shit ton of rain, but now it seems to be drying up again. Now the purpose of this video is basically a little bit of a social experiment to see whether people agree or disagree or have their own views on whether or not listening to music affects or influences your riding ability. Now bearing in mind, I have done a video on something similar not too long ago as to whether or not I believed wearing earphones or having a comm system actually affected your riding ability or not. So I'll link that in the card above so you guys have got a bit of background as to why I'm doing this video. Now, as you guys also know, I do love a bit of music now and then. I do love listening to music when I'm doing like housework and stuff like that, or working on the bike. And on the odd occasion I have been known to listen to music while riding. I don't normally listen to music these days for a couple of reasons. One, my hearing has suffered for it, and two, I would rather hear what's going on around me and underneath the bike. As you guys may know as well, over the last couple of years this bike hasn't exactly behaved herself, so you can appreciate how slightly more anal I am when it comes to listening to what's going on around me. As well as that, with doing the whole motovlogging thing, if I'm listening to music, I'm not really concentrating on what I'm supposed to be talking about. Hence why I've kind of packed in listening to music altogether. Now I don't want people to think that I'm poo-pooing the idea of listening to music, because, you know, people do it. It helps. Sometimes it helps them, sometimes it don't. Me personally, like I say, thanks to listening to music way too loud over the years, both on the bike and off the bike, using in-ear phones, earpods, over-the-ear earphones and so on, it has damaged my hearing a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. But when you're young, you don't really care or pay any attention to it until it's too late. So heed my warning when I say, if you're young and you're listening to music way louder than you should be, just bear in mind that when you get to my age, like late 20s, early 30s, your hearing is going to have suffered. But anyway, I digress. What I will say in terms of if music does influence your riding style or your riding ability, I would have to say, if I'm honest, yes it does. It's affected my riding ability in the past, and I'll be honest, when I have listened to music, it has made me ride like a bit of a twat. And that's primarily down to, you know, when I was doing the whole riding down to Southampton, when I was dating a girl that lived down there, obviously, I tend to find that a lot of my issues tend to arise because I've dated women who are no good for me. But anyway, that's a story for another day. When I was doing those particular journeys, like from, at the time I was working in Kingston, so I would ride from Kingston down to Southampton on a Saturday after I finished work, and then back up on a Sunday after spending the day with her. Well, I don't have a feeling those two coppers are going to start following me now. No, I think we're all right. No, I don't think we're all right. I think they've turned around. Or have they turned around? I can't tell. But anyway, whether they've turned around or they haven't, I'm not doing anything wrong. See, this is another thing, just on a completely side note. Police absolutely scare the shit out of me. I'm not doing anything wrong, but they still scare the living fuck out of me. But anyway, I digress. Back to the topic at hand. If you do listen to music while you're riding, what kind of music do you listen to? Do you listen to really chilled out music? Do you listen to heavy metal? Do you listen to rap? Do you listen to garage? Do you listen to techno? You know, what do you guys actually listen to if you do listen to music? Like I say, this is a bit of a social experiment because I just want to see what people's thoughts and feelings are on the whole idea of listening to music while riding. Like I said before, I've done it in the past. Sometimes it's helped, sometimes it hasn't. It's always handy to have a set of earphones to hand. Say for example, like with my phone, I've got the iPhone 11 Pro. It's always handy to have a set of headphones to hand should you need to use your phone as a sat nav. Hence why I've got this thing sat on my top yoke. If you haven't already seen it, I did actually do a little bit of a video because I had to go to a different store than what I'm usually based at for my work. I ended up having to ride from New Malden to St Albans, and let me just tell you, that journey was not pleasant. It was loud, it was windy, and it was full of lorries. If I'm honest, when it comes to the whole music thing, I do think it does influence people's, you know, not so much their ability, it affects their judgment to a degree. And on top of that, I believe personally that it makes you ride a lot more aggressively. I mean, fair enough, you got to do what you got to do, but do you really need to get all hyped up over riding from point A to point B? If it's a journey you do on a regular basis, do you really need to get yourself so hyped up that you could ride almost to the edge of your ability and then wonder why you've had a dirty great accident, or wonder why you've been, you know, pulled over and caught by the police? It's little things like that. It's like, don't get me wrong, I understand people like listening to music and it does hype them up to the point where it makes them get to where they're going a hell of a lot quicker. I get that. You know, I've done it. I'm not going to lie and say that I haven't done it, because I have. But the flip side to that same coin, in my opinion, is when you are riding, listening to music, it entices you and goads you on and G's you up to the point where you start making silly mistakes. You know, I've seen people that ride with like Scala 3 coms and with Senna SMH5s and so on. I've seen all of that, and yes, it can make the ride a lot more enjoyable, especially if you're riding in a group and other people are, you know, talking through the intercoms and so on. I understand that, and I can see how that can be a really positive experience, especially if you don't know where you're going. It's always nice to have, you know, someone who's leading the group that you can communicate with. That sort of thing's good. But do you know what I mean? It's, I don't want to sound like I'm the, you know, I'm preaching to the church, do you know what I mean? I'm not neither for nor against using comms kits or listening to music, because I've done both. Like now, I'm talking to you guys, I'm not listening to music, I'm focusing on what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying to get my point across to you guys. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm being negative or being a naysayer or, you know, shitting on people who like listening to music while they're riding. I mean, I have absolutely no problem with it. If you want to listen to music, you do you, do you know what I mean? But the thing, what gets me is when people complain when they listen to music so loud for so long and then they wonder why they're deaf or they're so hard of hearing that they can't hear anything. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, when that happens, it's self-inflicted, so I've got no sympathy for you. But again, what's good for one may not be good for another. I don't want people to think as well that I'm being a miserable old man, because I'm not. Like I've already said, if you want to listen to music, you listen to music, you know what I mean? I'm not going to turn around and say to you, oh no, you can't do this, you can't do that, and so on, because that would literally be me being hypocritical. If you want to listen to music, you crack on and listen to music. If you don't want to listen to music, then don't listen to music. I've got absolutely no problem with people that do or people that don't. But I just want to know what people's views are on it, do you know what I mean? You guys know what my view is. I want to know what your guys' view is. Do you think it's a good idea to listen to music while riding? Do you think it's a bad idea to listen to music while riding? And if you do listen to music while riding, what do you use? Do you use a Bluetooth comms kit? Do you use in-earphones? Do you use earpods? What do you guys use? And also, what music do you listen to? Do you listen to things that are really mellow, like jazz or fucking R&B or whatever? Or do you listen to things like, I don't know, heavy metal or drum and bass, garage, drill, or whatever? Do you know what I mean? So what do you guys listen to help you get you from A to B? If you do listen to music, that is. If you don't, then that's cool. You know, you can also say that you don't listen to music. Like I said before, and I'll say again, this literally is a little bit of a social experiment on my part, because I'm just curious as to see what people actually do. I want to know what you guys do. Do you guys listen to music? Do you not listen to music? And like I've already said, I'm neither for nor against it. I just want to know what, you know, the general consensus is. Do people think that listening to music is a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it an okay thing? Or is it a per circumstance thing? For example, do you listen to music when you're touring? Do you listen to music when you're commuting? Do Do you listen to music when you are just out having a general ride? Do you listen to music before you do a track day? Do you listen to music, not necessarily when you're on track, but do you listen to music just before you go out for your track day session? If you're a racer, you know, club or professional, you know, regardless of what level you're at, do you guys listen to music before you go out for your race? Do you listen to music before qualifying, free practice? You know what? I'm just curious as to see what people do or what people use and how they use it. Me personally speaking, I'm quite happy to listen to music while I'm riding, should the need take me. But just recently, thanks to my ears being a bit, well, my hearing going a bit funny, I've had to start wearing earplugs. So I don't normally wear headphones or AirPods or anything like that anymore, apart from that one incident where I had to go to St Albans, to which case I had to listen to my sat nav because I couldn't fucking hear a thing. And if you've ever driven or ridden around the M4 and the M25, you will know this to be true as well. Those two motorways are fucking horrible. I hated it. I hated getting there, I hated getting back. But, you know, I digressed. Also, ladies and gents, just another bit of a reminder. From the 1st of August, I'll be starting my 30-day video challenge. To which case, I'll be doing a video a day on random topics. Please don't ask me what those topics are going to be, because I don't fucking know myself. That's one long ass lorry. Now I've got to try and get around that fucker in a minute. Yay! I am sweaty, oh so sweaty. Into the bus lane. Why do I sound like fucking Don King all of a sudden? I am not Don King, and I do not look like my head's on fire, because that guy has got some fucking crazy hair. Oh my god, that geezer looks insane. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for all the love and support you guys have been showing me over the last couple of months, stroke years. You know, without you guys, the channel wouldn't be progressing and slowly flourishing like it is. So thank you for all the help, love and support you guys have been showing me. I'm hoping that with any luck, we shall hit the 10,000 sub mark this year. And then the sky's the limit. I'm hoping that sort of by this time next year, we would have hit 100,000 subs. If not, I'm hoping we'll get somewhere close to it. Even if it is only, I don't know, 25, 30,000, whatever it happens to be, we are going to enjoy the process and we're going to enjoy the journey together. And so far, I am loving every second of it. And like I said, admittedly, the channel isn't quite growing as much as I'd hope it would, but you know I can be impatient, but we'll get there eventually. That we will. As always, ladies and gents, if you like what you see and you want to see more, you know what you got to do. Make sure to click the thumbs up button, tap the bell so you're kept notified of all new content when it drops. If you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing and help me reach that 10,000 subscriber mark. Also, by clicking the thumbs up on the video will help me with the YouTube algorithm and make YouTube love me a bit more, and in return I will love you long time. I'm hoping that as soon as we hit 10k, we shall be doing a 10k giveaway. What that's going to be, I don't really know yet, but I'll think of something. I always do. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being part of the video. As always, your support and love is greatly appreciated. And like I've already said, if you like the video and you want to see more, tap the like button, ring the bell, get involved. If you're not already a subscriber, consider subscribing. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, you have been awesome. I have been Lee, aka Rollin Thunder. So for now, look after yourselves, look after each other, stay safe on the roads, be aware of COVID-19, look after yourselves and each other, and as always, adios!